I don't even know what that
Didn't
is.
he come out with a new one? Was it Lil Yachty or Lil Uzi that came out with a new song yesterday?
No one cares.
Love it radio.
And didn't Migos come out with a new one?
Yeah, Migos came out with one
Like yesterday.
no.
No, I got the notification like yesterday.
Is it like the hottest?
It's not like,
Did you hear Ugly got this song?
Yeah.
I like it.
all he said, and Casey.
Alright, so we need to finish the inside of our foldable, so please open it and turn it. We're finishing this part. Now, what is an exponent? Don't just read the definition, tell me in your own words.
You have the big number, the base, and then the small number, the base.
And what is the
How many
small-
numbers, it tells how many times the base number needs to be multiplied.
Multiplied.
by itself.
Fantastic. Alright, so all of you take a point, because you all pieced it together. Okay, well, I'm sorry. Oh, add 2 to yours for helping me this morning. Just by your name? Okay. Just write +2 by your name.
Now you're close to.
No, she came and helped me grade.
I would
Y'all are welcome to come during 0 period and help me out. Alright, so, excuse me. Here's our little baby example. Who can tell me what this says?
It says X to the 5th power.
I don't know, X.
X to the 5th power. Fantastic. Is it X5? No, because we're not in bingo. Now, what's the base? Which one of those is the base? X, and which one's the power? Awesome. Look at us go.
What is a dingle? They're like an
It's
animal.
like a,
In Australia, isn't it?
it's like, it's
Or
like,
is it
it's
an
like a type of
instrument?
dollar.
How do we get down any rabbit hole that we get down in this classroom?
That's exactly.
Stop. See? Rabbit hole. Alright, so what we're going to do today is we're going to talk about our different properties. We're going to list them. We're going to do some examples. And hopefully we'll get through all of them because they're fairly easy. Alright, ready? Yes, no, maybe? Alright, turn it this way.
Oh, we're not going to answer one of the properties.
That's what we're writing down. That's why it has arrows pointing this way.
Oh,
these are our properties.
Like hearts or something.
No, we're going to write our properties over here. So our first property that we're going to talk about is multiplying like bases.
Isn't that just when you add?
Look at you go. Take a point.
No!
I'm glad y'all like that so much. Other teachers have told me that y'all talked about it in their room.
What? Talk about what?
Is there something super funny? At least you're thinking.
Definitely like
Alright, so what does it mean when it says like bases?
Right, use the
They're the
same.
So give me an example.
6 to the second power.
We never say to the second power.
What's
Double.
6
Squared.
plus 6 cubed.
Would it be plus or times? Okay. So like bases are when they have the same big number. So if I said, for example, and I'm going to write it like this, C to the 4th power times C to the 7th power. So when you have like bases, you just add your exponents together, and that becomes C to the 11th power. That's it. That's all you do.
Oh, I remember Miss Moran that you should ask.
Mhm. Kind of. Yeah, when it's power to a power and it's in parentheses, but we have to be... I'm going to show you an example.
What is it?
Okay. So now let's open. See the magic?
Wait, whoa.
I know, I just opened it. Okay, so all I did, guys, was it was like this, right? And then I just grabbed this with my left hand and I pulled. Woo! Look at us go, guys. I'm so proud. I really am. I know it sounds sarcastic, but I really am proud. I try to control my sarcasm. Alright, so when you multiply like bases, what do you do to the exponents? Add them. So let's write add the exponents.
Yes, it is.
Today is the 2nd of February, Groundhog Day.
Is it for real?
It is. I would not lie to you. Oh, we cannot see that. I have no idea.
They say
He and I haven't communicated today. He told me to call me later.
I know me awesome.
I celebrate privately.
Hey, Michael Scott.
Exactly. A point for your team.
A point.
Wait, I don't even get that. Who is that?
Exactly. That's how you go. Is it from the
Fair,
office?
that's like a TV show. And
Nothing gets past you.
Nothing is best.
Ain't it from the office?
Yes.
That's a point.
No.
I literally just said, isn't that from the office?
I ain't hear you.
Okay.
I ain't hear you. Okay, so I drew my line right there because we're going to use this section to write some examples. Are you guys ready? Are you super excited? Can you get super excited? All right. How about this is what we're going to do?
I'll do the first.
I'm going to write examples here, and we're going to write our homework problems here.
Can I do the first one?
Can I tell you what the example is first? Oh, yes, you can, after I tell you. Alright, so our first example is going to be q cubed e squared times q to the 4th e to the 7th. Man, am I talking about math up here? So what should you be doing?
I'm doing
Or should you be listening or talking to Manny and giggling?
All right,
No?
can we come up there and do it?
Should you be listening or talking to Manny? Should you be talking to Manny? Okay. All right, tell me what to do. Do you want to come right on it? Okay.
What color did you use?
Whatever.
Yesterday I drove Zoe home.
Oh yeah. Okay. So first you gotta add.
Right beside it. Write the answer right here.
I just drive that.
First you have to add q to the q cubed plus q to the 4th power, and you get q to the 7th power. And then you do e squared plus e to the 7th power and get e to the 9th.
All right. Hallelujah.
That's a point.
You already have.
No, we don't.
How many
No,
do
for
we
real, we
have?
don't.
Four?
Yeah, four.
All right. So, my suggestion to you is when you're writing in math, I would curl my Q's.
So don't look like a mouse.
Exactly. All right. So,
I do this little thing.
put a check.
I put
That works. A check behind it works as well. As long as there's something so it doesn't look like a 9. Do I need to show anybody what the check looks like, or y'all good?
Yeah, I
I
will
will
say
show.
shit.
Yeah, that's how I do it.
I don't think that looks as cute as that one. It looks like, oh no.
That one, the one with the check.
Yeah, that's all. I say when you put a check, it does look like a sideways eight.
It looks like.
Or
that's how
like
I
an
ride my
upside down music. Oh, we are down a rabbit hole. Nope, nope, out of the rabbit hole, children, out. Alright, so why did we not combine the Q and the E?
They're
It's
not
not like
like.
They're not like bases, they're not like terms. Alright, next.
Do I need to write this one smaller, or are we just gonna do 2 examples?
We're just doing 2 examples. I think we can move on after this. I meant to. I got excited. I didn't mean to put dots in between each of them. Sorry, Cheney, for failing you as a teacher. I didn't mean to put dots in the middle of them.
Wow, thank you.
I didn't do that.
Wow.
Alright, try that one without me.
That is 7 or 1.
Savon. Just right. Dang. Did you get that?
Yes, ma'am.
Woo! That's all you do when you multiply like bases. All kinds of crazy fun. So if I had, for example, if I said this, could we combine those?
Yes. Wait, no.
because they're adding.
Because you're adding. Now, these have different exponents, so these are not like terms. So remember, for us to be able to add them, they have to have the same base and the same exponent. So if I said a squared plus a squared, that would become 2a squared. You only change the exponent when you multiply or divide. Okay? That's the only time you change the exponent. Do not change the exponent here. Does everybody understand? Okay. Alright, so first we did multiplying like bases. What do you think we're going to do next?
Dividing like bases.
Dividing like bases. Look at us go.
On the purple side?
Are you dying? Alright, so we're going to come right here. And we're going to write dividing like bases. So if when we multiply like bases, we add. Oh, y'all can't see that. I'm so sorry. Let me rewrite it. Can you see it if I go over it in red?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Okay.
We can see it in the orange too, but it's just light.
So when we multiply like bases, we add the exponents. What do we do when we divide like bases? Subtract. That's it. That's all you do. So our example is, all right, Blair, get it together. C to the 5th divided by C squared. C cubed. Fantastic. That's it. That's all you do. You just subtract them.
What if it's all negative?
We are about to talk about that. Fantastic. All right, so when you divide like bases, subtract the exponents. So we're going to do two examples, one right here, so don't write giant. We're going to have e to the 4th d squared divided by e cubed.
What? Oh. You're going to do 6 and 8 cubed.
Alright, so when we divide like bases, what do? Subtract. Now, can we combine the e and the d? No, because they are not like bases. So d stays by himself, but we're going to subtract these. So what's 4 minus 3? 1, so it's just e times d squared. That's it. That's all you do.
So what if you put 1 instead of...
That's fine. I'd just rather you not write that because we don't have to. So what if I said, yes, f to the 7th g cubed divided by f squared g. Do we say F5 like it's bingo? And G?
Q.
Square.
No, Q. I was right.
It's squared.
Squared.
Squared. That's what I have.
3 minus 1 is 2, so that's squared.
That's what I have on my paper.
You just didn't say it right? You got excited over there? Okay. Please make sure you circle your answers so we can see what's happening. Now, Cheney asked, what happens if they're negative? So if this was a 2 on top and a 5 on bottom, we would end up getting a negative 3, right? So you can never have a negative exponent. And I'm going to write it different than I did last year. You can, but we're going to do something with it. All right, so this guy right here is going to say negative exponents. You don't have to close yours. I just did so I can see. All right, so negative exponents. We ready? All right, so if, for example, I have x squared divided by x to the 9th.
This is leaking.
It's leaking? Oh, yay.
It's leaking.
Hold on. All right. So it's still beautiful. It's still the greatest foldable we've ever made. Now, children.
Mine is real cute.
Alright, so when we divide like bases, what do we do to the exponents? Subtract. So here, what would we get when we subtract those?
Seven.
Alright, so you can't have negative exponents. So this flips and turns into 1 divided by x to the 7th.
Oh.
So anytime you have a negative exponent, you flip it.
I have a question.
I have an answer.
If it was, say if the answer was like 2x, it'd be 2 on top and then x, or no? Yeah?
Yes. If this said 2 times x to the negative 7, that negative exponent is only on the x. So 2 would be up top, and it would be x to the 7th on bottom. The reason that it's 1 up there is because this has an invisible 1 hanging out. That's a great question. Alright, so let's do an example. Or let's write what we just said and then do an example.
I like this.
Wait till we do the back. It's awesome. Alright, so we flip it to make it positive. I haven't showed y'all the full power of the foldable. I'll show you in a minute.
The back as in this back?
Uh,
I thought it was
No.
glued down at first. I'm like,
Alright, so if, for example, we have, or as another example, oh, here's a great one. So just write that. Don't answer it yet because we're going to answer it together. If you want to. Alright, so when you divide your A's, what exponent are you going to get? Positive 6, right? So that's A to the 6th power. When you divide your B's, what are you going to get? To the negative 8. So what are we going to do with that B to the negative 8? We're going to flip it, right? So all you have to do is write it like that.
with the one that flip it like the sign, like so now it's positive.
So
Isn't it because A takes the place of 1?
yes, A takes, look at you were on it today. A takes the place of the 1. So this is where, like the 1 right here, but because this was positive, it stays on top. Our B to the negative 8 was negative, so we moved it to the bottom. So anytime you have a negative, you move it to the bottom. Well, what if it's negative when it's on bottom? You flip it to the top. That's it. That's all you do.
So if they're
A negative is on top, you move it to the bottom.
Yep. And if it's on bottom, you move it to the, yep, move it to the top.
If you move it to the top, what did you do to the bottom?
If you moved it to the top, it would just be up there. So if I had a squared divided by c to the negative 3, that would then become a squared times c cubed. Because it's negative on bottom, and all it says is to flip it to make it positive, right? So if I flip this guy, where am I flipping him to? To the top. So he becomes that. What if I have a squared divided by a to the negative 5?
You add.
When we divide like bases, what do we do to the exponents? What's 2 minus a negative 5? What's 2 minus a negative 5?
Oh.
Y'all,
That's my calculator.
2 minus negative 5. It's not negative 7. It's just 7. So it becomes a to the 7th. Take a point, Caleb. That's it. Magic. We confused? Ready for the next one? Are we alive? What's happening?
I just didn't have my calculator.
You have it right there in front of you.
I was trying to use my brain.
Okay. Alright. Let's do one more, and then you're going to get your homework. Okay? Uno más, and then homework.
Ma'am?
Uno más. One more.
Oh, I didn't know what you said. I was like,
Uno más, and then homework. Alright, so our next one, we've done multiplying like bases, you add. We've divided like bases, you subtract. When you get negative exponents, what do? Can we please make that cell phone stop flashing so that I don't have an epileptic seizure over here? Like, it's so bright. It's so bright. And there's no need for it. I know y'all have an iPhone, and you think it's cute that it does it.
I don't do that.
Alright.
Turn your vibrator on. Or turn on your sound.
Stop his recording. Alright. The last one that we're going to do is called power to a power. Power to a power. So this is when you raise a power to a power. So when you multiply like bases, they're right beside each other, correct? And you see two of the same base. When you raise a power to a power, it looks like this. So the difference between power to a power and multiplying like bases is you only have one base. It's in parentheses and the exponent's on the outside. You just multiply this time, and you get a to the 12th. Wish I could give you more points than your 5. You were rocking it. So when you raise a power to a power, what do you do to the numbers? Multiply. So multiply the exponents. Alright, what if I said b squared to the 5th?
B to the 10th power.
B to the 10th power. Alright, what if I said e to the negative 3 squared? Take a point, Hannah. Take a point, Cheney.
You're already on 5.
Okay, then. Whine some more, Cheney. Are you talking to me or him?
He's talking to you.
I thought he was. I thought he was talking to me.
I was talking.
You already lost a point for throwing stuff. You need to lose some more.
I didn't even say that.
Uh-huh.
I didn't give you a call.
What did they put in my cup?
That's not as a point.
That's my disappointment.
Do you really need to keep going? 'Cause I promise I'm going to win this battle. Alright, homework. You're going to have 2 in each section.
Oh.
Don't die. Alright. Your first one up here. Ah, Blair. I did it again. No, I'd rather that just be RS. And you're going to have time in class to work on these.
A 0 or 2 with a line.
Patrick, have you been laying your hands?
Dang it, it's not math work.
Yes. Did you do your notebook check? Patrick? Did you do your notebook check?
Yes.
That was your reminder? Good. I
No,
saw that
it's
you...
not for this. I did do that yesterday.
I know, but I saw you write it on your hands yesterday, so I'm
yeah,
just
I
making
actually
sure
had
you
to
did
wash
it.
it off because I had inspection,
Oh.
but I still remembered anyways. Because I can still faintly see.
I'm glad that
there
you
was a mark on
remembered.
the inside of my phone. That was
Yeah.
Still there.
Has everybody written down the first one?
Yes.
And the second one?
No.
No.
So I can move it up to right here. We're going to have only one there. And then the last one, we'll have 3.
Oh.
The last one's the easiest one.
I know, so it's better if we have 3.
No, they were like a mouth.
They're going to complain anyway. Can I move it up? Oh my gosh, Carly.